All right, let's try this again. All the fails. We're going to get there eventually. Okay, I see a stream. Oh, it came up really fast that time. That makes me think maybe it's working now. Sorry, Twitch folks. I guess you can't hear me. And is there a way to... This is how little I use Twitch. Let me go over to Twitch. Can I post a thing on my channel? Hey, I see chat. I see a lot of pink faces. Pink dinosaur faces. Erica, chasing. Hello. Yorkshire. Hello there. Third icon done. Amazing. Oh, that's amazing. And we're not even done with day one. Well, you're probably almost done with day one, I imagine. You've been awake a lot longer than the rest of us. Let me see here. I'm trying to see if I can post. There's a community tab. No. I'll just post it in my chat. FYI. My PC couldn't hang with dual streaming, just streaming to YouTube now. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't know if it was YouTube, if it was me dual streaming, if it was just my computer probably hasn't been rebooted in forever. Like I rarely turn this thing off. Or give it a restart. So usually only when a Windows update is queued, I force it, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft like sabotages the underside of your computer when there's an update queued to make you want to reboot it. And there's precedent for this because like the phone companies acknowledge, like Apple is on the record saying like, oh yeah, we reduced the power of your iPhone to conserve battery life. So like as your battery starts to wear down, they make your phone operate worse instead of making the battery life, because people complain more about the battery life than they do about the speed of their phones. So that was their solution. I'm like, fine, we'll just reduce the processing power as your battery starts losing its life. You guys can hear me good? Awesome. Well, I am loading up the creation kit again. There it goes. And we're going to get back to work on Arlen's dialogue. All right, we need some music. I was enjoying some of Jacob's other stuff we haven't heard before. I'm gonna go to the there we go. We can keep that on and keep a little background music, and we're gonna get back to work. So I have sent the build over to Saginaw Alino of their stuff imported, so they should be good to keep going. And now we were starting to set up these things here. So I need to find my script, which I think I had in a Firefox window. I'll check my history here. Let's see, KG working directory. Here it is. All right, here's our document. Okay, let's scroll on down to this one. Here we go. There we go. Okay, we got those ones in. Next is Pleasant. Go ahead and copy our little thing here. Let's get a dialog, a little copy paste window set up. Make info group. Okay, that's another one of those words that I'm like, that just doesn't feel right. Is it pleasant or pleasant? Yeah, it's definitely, they've typed it in as pleasant, but I don't know if I can trust it just because Bethesda did it. Doesn't mean it's true. All right, we'll go to our idols here. All right, so we're looking for who says Blaze doesn't have charm and not exactly a vault. All right. We move this. To Pleasant. And we move this one to Pleasant. I actually should check if I can do 2 at a time. I don't actually know. Yeah, you're pretty much done with the streaming. Well, you're done with camera streaming today, Sarik, at bare minimum. Even if you were to pop on any more voice, can cool off finally. Okay, so that's those 2. Make sure they're in. Yep, and then we just need to turn on random. And next up, mark these off as we go. All right, next is creepy. And for that, we are looking for need in here, spine talking to you too. Okay. Oh yeah, I was going to try 2 at a time. Let's see if I can do... Alright, move to topic info group. Scroll to the bottom. Creepy, okay. Let's see if it moved them both, because that will be fantastic. It did! Freaking sweet. Okay, that'll save some time. Let's go ahead and give that a save, because it's the CK and you just don't know. Okay, next we're looking for fortified. And now we just get ourselves into a slow little grindy rhythm here. This is and this kind of work is where this is like second screen work where you just want something in the background, keep you occupied. Fortified, we said, right? Fortified. Because it doesn't require full concentration. It does require all of my my visual attention, but you could definitely have background sound on. But we have got some nice music here. Very haunting. All right, for this we're looking for trust issues and junk. Oops. All right, now I'm curious. Did I just manage to save some more time? Does it hold our... Yes, it holds the random flag. Okay, good, good, good. We're just gonna get more efficient at this as we go. This is a little game I play with myself to keep myself entertained when doing boring tasks. Is how can I make it faster? How can I make the boring task go quicker so that I don't have to be bored for so long? All right, Gen Safe is our new one. Oh, just forgot. Totally missed my little time saver. I gotta remember not to click on that. It just puts things in a weird order. Okay. Gen Safe. And then we need watery. Gen watery. Okay. All right, starting to see the crowd come back in. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I hope everyone else is having a better streaming day. Like, are the other folks who are a part of this having a less crashy time than I am? I hope. Again, just to find out what the next batch is called, rather than trying to rediscover it. Oscar Backroom Music has been amazing all day. Yeah, Jazz's stuff is so good. Love listening to this. After this soundtrack, I might loop us through the Doomfield song a few times. Get the energy back up. All right, we need Shady Motives. Here we go. Later, Erica. Have a good night. Cool. So Erica might be up early, so I might, when I go to bed, we might just point my my stream at hers, so you guys can just watch. Any of you who are going long, or who have gone to bed and woken back up, you'll have somebody to watch while I'm sleeping. Can you guess is a Bob Ross level chill voice? I have been asked several times to do ASMR, and sometimes I find myself slipping into that kind of talk when I'm just talking to myself out, or like when we stream for a long time. So I might start getting into this kind of voice where I'm just talking low, not really aiming to project, just keeping the voice going and talking for the sake of narrating my actions. Yeah, the NPR voice. We always, every time we hear talk radio, my wife and I always joke about it. It's, there's a famous, like NPR type person named Delilah, who has been on the radio for like 30 years or something. And it's very like heartfelt radio, and it's just like very like soft rock and stuff. But then like every time she comes on, she'll have a caller come on, and they'll tell their like life stories, and they're always like these horror tragedies of like these horrible things that happened to this person, like, oh, my whole family died of cancer and I'm still struggling, but I'm pulling through because of you. And then it's just like, how do you keep living with that much misery? And they pour their to the point of like it becomes some of them feel like that can't possibly be real, like they're just trying to push the limits of like what they're trying to see if this Delilah lady will believe them. So that is always what I think of when I go to NPR, because my wife and I, every time we happen to go to one of those channels, it seems like it's always her. Like this lady is just everywhere all the time. She's like the Howard Stern of soft rock. No more ASMR. I don't want a nap. Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna be kicking in. I'm gonna give you guys a few beats. I'm not gonna do the whole song yet because it'd be too much of a transition, but we're gonna kick that in a little bit. I want to listen to the rest of Jacob's music that he's got up on Spotify though. This is the last one that I see. Maybe he has more. Hold on, let me scroll down further. Oh, he's got a whole bunch of these Echoes of Elysium. It looks like this is a series he has done for years. He's got quite a few of them on here. Interesting. So we actually have a lot. Oh man, he's got these going back to 2019. He's got like 6 or 7 of these albums. Very interesting. Well, we'll finish up this with this particular one. This is his 2023 mix. I don't know like why they're all named the same. I haven't dug into this. This is like I've listened to some of this before, but I didn't really dig into the how far back he went with this. I assume that they have like a second, like a sub name to him. It's just so small in the thumbnail and the album art, I can't tell what it is to tell you guys. Reinforce, you fell asleep in your chair a few times. All right. I'm gonna be wanting that in about I don't know 6 hours. I'm gonna be like, oh, sleep, sweet sleep. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, we were trying to figure out the next section of the player dialogue section. So next is, so we didn't use all of these. Let's go to Arlen here. So we did Watery. We can highlight those off. All right, now we need our Diamond City reaction. Let's see. I think Diamond City is actually one of the few where it has its own entry in this list. So because we have all these events reacting to the player doing stuff. Yeah, so we have these entered certain locations, CISENL. Okay, so I'm guessing that, I don't know what that stands for, entered location, EN location, I'm not sure. All right, so this is our first one we'll do. Actually, since we're only going to have, I wonder if I can see just this topic where I don't need to add these subgroups. That could save us more time. Let's try that. Let's go here. Move to topic info group. Let's see if that top level group shows up. I think it doesn't, and that's why I started doing it this way of adding these groups. But maybe it does, and I just didn't find it before. Sometimes it's also a case of you go to add some stuff into these things and it just hasn't updated yet. Like sometimes the act of hitting OK or saving the file will update what populates in these menus. So it could be something like that too. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I am just curious if that makes it show up at all. Let's try this. Because if we can find a way to save a few seconds typing up those groups, that would be worth it across the long haul of these. Even if it's not saving us any time for this particular one. And the gains will be long term because I will be making many, many more projects throughout my life. Maybe not in Fallout 4, but it's all connected. Bethesda keeps reusing the same ideas. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, so I think that's why I started doing the group thing, because the topics without a group don't seem to show up under here for the move target. I'm just double checking myself to make sure I'm not just like overlooking it here. Because I'm not quite to that like brain fogged state, but I know I will be at some point. Okay, so we have AOT events. That's the one that we did already. Okay, these are our custom events. These are our info groups. Yeah, I am not seeing it here. Does that filter work? Let's see here. What did we determine that one was called? So it should be called Diamond City. No, that's not showing up. Okay, yeah. So we'll just create the groups. I'm guessing it's supposed to show up under there, but maybe it needs to have a line under there first, and then since we don't have the line and we don't want to make a new one, we have no choice but to add the group. It's probably something like that. Okay, so if these are ENL, and this is going to be Diamond City. We'll go ahead and grab this ENL and add it to my... I keep a little notepad over off to the side with just like whatever stuff I need to keep copy pasting, because I never know when I'll need my clip. I use my clipboard all the time. Like I love copy paste. And sometimes if it's something like, well, I'm going to need this again in a few minutes, then I just pop it over there. That way, if I accidentally overwrite it with something, I can go grab it again without having to type it all up. All right, let's go to idle. And it should be just this line. Let's see. Perfect place to make some caps. Make sure there's no more diamond cities down here. Nope. There are quite a lot of different locations, though. Okay. Move to topic info group. Scroll down. Should be toward the bottom. Diamond City. There it is. And then since that's just one line, I don't have to randomize it, so I can just leave it. Let's see. What's next on the list? So this is the part where I think with some automation, we could speed it up. We could allow you to do some more these AOT or these categories. We could add support for that to the tool. I think at the time when we wrote the script to do it, we didn't even know about that section, or we didn't know it was heavily used, so we never did it. And then it was more recently we discovered that, like, oh, these events are awesome. They all automatically happen when the player does stuff or goes places. So it makes for very easily setting up things instead of having to manually create all these events. Some of them we still have to do manually, but oops, not Jamaica Plain. Good neighbor. Okay, I think it's just one line for most of these. Vault 81 has 2. Okay, yeah, only Vault 81 has 2. Okay, cool. That'll make it a lot. Again, just quick little shortcuts that I don't have to keep doubling back to this sheet. After I do Vault 81, it'll be one at a time. Move to topic info group. Scroll to the bottom. Expand topic. Good neighbor. Done. All right, next we've got. That's actually the harder part is remember, because not all of these are set up. I just realized he's got some of these flagged to say once, which makes sense. I'll go back and probably go back and mess with the say once thing because I haven't done it so far. But some of them it just feels awkward when a character says the same thing twice. Sometimes like certain things that are too specific where you remember them. It's kind of like the arrow in the knee problem. Like that line is too specific, so it stands out in Skyrim. As like it just feels awkward when you hear it multiple times. Okay, yeah, so here's one where we don't have one of these events for it. So I got to see how we did it in here. And I'm betting we actually did it. We left it under the idols. And did something with the location here. Yep, here we go. Get in current location, and then we'll select the Vault 111 location. Vault 11 location equals 1. Now we could also put if they're in the companion faction, but that's for shading motives. Either I copy pasted them from existing companion, or I was just being overly cautious, but it's not really necessary. Okay, so then we go to the next one. All right, we got a couple for Vault 81. So Vault 81 I think I saw on the list of those, so we can go back to here and see if it's in the list. Yeah, no. Yeah, Vault 81. There we go. So this one has its own event. So we can go back to our making info group plan. Oh, we forgot our shortcut. And it is 2 lines, and then after this I got to figure out which ones have locations and which don't. I think Vault 75 I know doesn't, because I could just see the list, and Vault 81 was the only one there. Alright, so we want crap, and yeah, don't be surprised. Alright, crap. Here we go. Move to topic info group. Scroll to bottom. Vault 81. There we go. And let's give this a save. Oh, which ones? I'm falling behind on chat here. The organizer and I have been enjoying these streams so much. Thank you to the King Cat team and everyone involved in this. Thanks for watching with us. It's good having folks hang out. 12 Nickels. Hello. See if I can remember my Tiltify info. Oh, it emailed it to me. All right, just a second. Old-timey authorization, or two-factor. Using the email address. All right, here is our campaign. Where's our donations? Hey, there we go. We missed a few of them. So, hey, oh, we got a few here. Maximum Crab. This was from an hour ago. Ego Punk. Thank you very much. Paul W. Thank you, sir. And Daniel Moore, just a couple minutes ago. Thank you guys for all the donations. We're up to $4,200 for the running stream. The event is up to $43,000. I know that they are streaming over on Fallout for Hope official right now with some voice actors. I think they are doing the Apocalypse Squares, which is like their Fallout themed game show. All right, we got a Vault 75 one, which looks like, yep, we just manually conditioned that one. That's nice and easy. Oh, you know what we can do? One of the interesting things they did with the CK, which I really like, is they have separate clipboards. So they have like a special clipboard just for copy pasting conditions. They have one for copy pasting forms. They have one for copy pasting strings. So the CK actually has multiple levels of clipboard, which is very user friendly once you get used to it. Vault 75 location. Okay, that's an easy one. Oops. USS Constitution. Think there's any booty on that thing? All right, let's check in Shady Motives to see if we did the same thing. Yep, USS Constitution location. There we go. Nice and easy. This is going to be the slog. I'm guessing this is going to be another tagged location. Greyguard and the slog. Yep, cool. And these are much easier to do. Is it called the slog? Yes, it is. All right, Museum of Freedom. Hated history class. Oh, I think it's like Concord Museum. Yeah, there it is, Concord Museum location. All right, Drumlin Diner. Oops, not an alias. Nope, not an alias. We want actual location. Drumlin Diner equals 1. Combat zone. That one there might be a specific event for. Let's check. Yeah, I don't see one here, so I'm pretty sure that sounds like, that reminds me of one I've seen before. So I think it's a CIS. Yep. And I lost it. Where'd it go? Sugar bombs. There it is. All right. I very much enjoy the music, but this is not a good time of day for it. I am falling asleep. It is lullaby music. So we're gonna run a few rounds of the Doomfields song. This was so the project as it was pitched was, Jacob, can you make The Only Thing They Fear Is You, but if Enon Zur made it for Starfield? And this is what he came up with. It's time to wake up, guys. You're falling asleep. We got demons to battle. Alan Reyes, if you'd like to donate, very much appreciate it. Definitely throw it to the charity today. So if you go to simsettlements.com/charity, there's a donate link at the top. Yeah, if you put a message in the comments, I will read it out. Unless you don't want me to, then I cannot. Flakel's donates saying, "Have a fishy stick there, pal." I don't know if that was for us or one of the other folks streaming using our Tiltify link. But thank you for the donation anyway, if you're watching. Okay, Bunker Hill, we definitely have an event for. So we'll set that up. Pretty long track. Had to have a good looping section in there because we didn't know, how long people would spend on the combat. So it was, so I had to have a long enough loop period that it didn't get too repetitive because we just basically we have the song set up to loops kind of the center like 3 minutes, I think, with an intro and outro on there. It's very interesting how video game music is done. We've actually, with Watchtower, we experimented with that a lot. There's, if you looked at the stems that make up some of the Watchtower soundtrack, there's like a whole bunch of files. It's more than just intro, outro. There's actually like stuff that weaves in and out. Like Jacob got really interested in how that stuff worked, and we were definitely down to experiment because if we can more. Like actually one of the limiting factors we have with Starfield and just Fallout, or not Fallout, Bethesda games in general, is their music system is a little bit janky for in-game, which is really unfortunate, especially because we know Todd Howard is like on the record saying that music is one of the most important parts to him to set the tone of a project. Ironically, they don't have a good infrastructure in the game engine to handle music transitions. Like they have systems for it. It's just not very injectable. So we have like for Watchtower, Imperial, who does a lot of our implementation work, set up this like custom music handling system, and it has to do really dumb things to make the music change when we don't want it to. So it's unfortunate, but we're trying to get more clever and take advantage of the way music can weave in and out of itself. But yeah, I dig that track. I think it really came out good. The soundtrack for the new Doom games is I love them. I was a big metalhead in high school and in my early 20s, and I still go back to that kind of stuff periodically. Once in a while, I'm just play 2000s metal music and on my Echo, and just get jam out old school. Every once in a while, my 7-year-old will come in when I've got that music on, like, Dad, this music's awesome. Okay, let's see here. The castle. Does the castle have a custom event? It might. Well, let's try it out. Player dialogue. Alan Reyes, thank you for the donation. And Alan says, is Conqueror ever coming to SS2? If never, hey, your work is incredible to begin with, so no worries. Just want to know before I invest time in S1 Conqueror. We're trying to get it to SS2, but the story for Conqueror never got finished. It made it through about 2/3 of the way, and then the last act, the writer who was involved with it, his life changed dramatically. I won't go into details of his personal life, but his life changed dramatically and he couldn't finish the project. So then the project just kind of went on ice, and we figured, oh, we'll be back to it eventually. Like he'll figure his stuff out and then we'll come back to it. So then I turned my focus toward what became SS2 and worked more with Sarik on the story for that so we could get that out. And then just, month after month and then year after year went by on Conqueror, and it was like, okay, I guess we're not finishing it. And then, but in my heart, it was always like, oh, no, we're going to go back and finish it. We're going to come back, but we'll finish it and put it in SS2 because I don't want to do it again. I don't want to release Conqueror again as an SS2 plugin and then have to tell another group of people like, sorry, the story's coming, and then it never does. So the plan is the only way it comes to SS2 is if we complete the entire story. So if I'm able to get a script run, which we have a script mostly done, like for the finale and stuff, there's actually, it's funny, we have for Conqueror, we've finished the script all the way to the end. But then because we decided we wanted to find a way for it to live alongside the SS2 stories so that the characters you meet in Conqueror could become another potential ally in the SS2 story, we had to rewrite a lot of the early parts of the Conqueror story because they would just be so at odds with what we have in SS2. So now it's like going through a process of rewriting a lot of Conqueror so that it could better fit where it's going to live. And so if that process all gets finished and then we're able to convince all the voice cast to come back, then we will do it. But it's like there's so many moving parts and so many people involved that I can't commit to it. I'm just like, I want it to happen. Like if I could wave a magic wand, or if somebody gave me $100,000 to make it happen, I could do it. I could guarantee it. But right now it's just kind of like we're hoping one day. So you could go invest in SS1 if you want. But again, it's not finished there anyway. So if you want the gameplay, I think the gameplay rendition we did in SS2 is better of that type of gameplay we have in Chapter 3. Maybe some people disagree. Maybe some people liked the way Conqueror did it in SS1, but I think SS2 does it better. And so then you'd just be missing out on the story, which I really like that story. I think it's very different than SS2. It's much more like action comedy, dark action comedy, versus SS2, which is more traditional story. And it has some funny moments and has some sad moments, etc. It's more heartfelt in SS2. Okay, so we need to check in this. Go over to, so hopefully that answered your question, Alan. I don't know if that helps make up your mind, but okay. Move this over to the castle. But it is a story, a sad story that many people who watch my stream on the regular have heard me say, because I've gotten past the sad part of it, as far as you probably can't hear it in my voice. I've moved on, but it was such a bummer when it all happened, when we had realized that we couldn't finish it. Let's see, Boston Airport. Boston Airport I definitely saw an event for. In fact, I think it was, first one. Well, now it's too quiet. All right, we're going to listen to Doomfield one more time, and then we'll figure out what we're going to listen to next. So you keep that energy high. We're not ready for ASMR sleepy mode yet. Time to stay awake. Time to get stuff done. If you could fly anywhere. Let's see. There it is. Oops, wrong topic. Covenant. That sounds like one that does not have a unique location. Okay, it looks like some of the dialogue, either I missed it when I was copy-pasting, or it got eaten somewhere or put in the wrong group, so we're just gonna Actually, I'm going to check the import script, because if it failed, I need to know. I think it was probably this apostrophe, because it's probably just like there are two markings that look like that, and it could have been the one failed and just caused the CK to fail to import it. So we'll just put it in manually here. Oh yeah, I just skipped that line. So I think it was just because of that apostrophe there that it got screwed up. So we'll go ahead and just copy this guy. Oh wait, this is not the one I wanted. Oh yeah, it is. Oh no, there it is. I just totally overlooked it. There it is. It's Horatio's from right there. Okay, delete this guy. Ah! I was just looking under the wrong section. Here we go. Okay, and this needs to be... Alright, we can close this out. It did import correctly. I'm just blind, apparently. Alright, so this is Quincy. More buffering, huh? Quincy Ruins location. That is frustrating. Oh, you know what? I think we had a vent for Vault 81, so we need to move that over here, move that there, move to topic info group. Vault 81, and then we need to add a check for SS2. And I don't think we can do that via a condition. I don't think there's a condition for that, so I'll have to set up a global for that. So I'll have to put VP25 is SS2 installed. We'll set that up as a global. We'll do it is installed because we might want to add others in the future. SS2, and we'll just set it to 0. And we can detect that later, but at least then I'll have that for conditioning the line. All right. Vault 81. Get global value. VP25. Whoopsie. Is installed SS2. There we go. Equals 1. So now what I'll do is I'll go set that global. I'll set up like a controller script on this that will detect whenever you load the game and see like, hey, do you have SS2 installed now? If so, we can enable this line. We could also add this as a, we could add this in a, we could also add it to GNN. Is GNN one of these locations? Let's see. Yeah, actually, let's turn this into a shared info. Make shared info Mansfield comment. And the reason I want to make this a shared info is because I'm going to have the line twice, but I also want to be able to set at its line level here. We'll make it a say once. Say once. And then we will add it to idles under location events. Okay, and then we will set this up to get in current location, GNN location, and what I'll do is I'll make it so it happens, since we don't have because SS2 has its own GNN location record, we'll make sure that you're in the exterior. So it's like if you approach GNN from the outside, he'll say the thing about Mansfield. Exterior? No, we check the opposite of interior. So it'll be is an interior equals 0. So when we're outside of GNN, before you get in there, and of course we need to have the SS2 check on there. Get global value. VP25 is installed SS2. And then we need to select the shared info we made. VP25 Mansfield comment. There we go. And we'll just check say one on this as well. Should be set at the shared level though, so it should be fine. I actually don't know how that works with shared info. I'm assuming that that will work, but it might not. So he might say it twice, once in Vault 81 and once there. That's not the end of the world. Well, let's double check here. Vault 81. Yeah, not sure. But we'll just check it on both. Worst case scenario, you'll hear it twice. Okay, next up. Next up is a Salem one. Oh, you guys are talking about the pre-population feature? Yeah, that is... I have a draft of it working, but it's like it needs to be optimized still, and there are a lot of features about SS2, like the soldier mechanics and stuff, that need to be fixed up a little bit before it's reliable to use that system. It would just cause a lot of bugs right now if I released it as is. All right. The Salem location on that line. Okay. And another chunk done. Okay, so now we've got player uses chems lines. We got 3 of them. Okay. So these are going to be one of the these events over here. I don't remember what they're called, but we're going to find them. Event chem use. There it is. Let me double check inside of Shady Motives, since we already solved this over there. So we have chem use and chem addiction. Okay, let's see if he did. Did he do different ones? No, he doesn't have chem addiction. He's just chem use. All right. All right, we're going to go CAT event. Chem use. And there were several of those. Let's see. Here we go. Move those. Okay. All right, alcohol is next. Drink alcohol, there it is. And we're definitely going to have to kick the music back on. Let me put the Watchtower soundtrack on again for now. I will next time I have a break, I will research on my phone some good options for royalty-free music I can kick on. For now, I know I have access to this. Hey, John Geddes. Yeah, we're doing Fallout 4 mod for the charity. Same thing we did the last 2 years around this time. And we will be giving it away on Monday night or Tuesday morning, depending on how things go. I think last year we had to delay a little bit because we found while watching Gopher play it on stream that there were some pretty serious bugs, and it was like, oh yeah, we can't release it like that. And then I think we released it Tuesday. So we'll release it as soon as we can. All right, move to topic info group. Drink alcohol. All right, we got 3. Player takes reds. Okay, red damage. There we go. Okay, next is red poisoning. YouTube channel, no copyright sounds. Cool. I will definitely check that out. I know there's a lot of people who put out like royalty-free music. Oh, you know who else I could do if I add it to my description is Scott Buckley, who does some of the songs in SS2 that we use. He's got royalty-free. I think as long as I put it in my video description, he's cool with it. He's got some great, epic music. Across multiple types, not just the slow, somber stuff. He's got some like battle music and such that could wake us up a bit. Is it going to be compatible with SS2? I mean, that's the hope. We have one or two SS2 references in. There's a whole, so we did a whole bunch of audience participation lines for Wes yesterday, and where people were writing in lines or having him say stuff, and there was a lot of meta references, some stuff to SS2 and some stuff to our community. So that should be fun. Hopefully they're subtle enough that they will not beat people over the head, but they'll still be fun anyway. Okay. Alright, that got all screwed up with the... Oh, but I put it at the bottom anyway. Okay, that worked. Alright, red poisoning done. Swimming, okay. Is it swim or player? Yep, just swim topic. All right. He's got multiple lines for cannibalism. Okay. Cat eat corpse. Okay, landmines. Trigger mine. There we go. How's the rest of the stream team doing from your guys' perspective? Anybody holding in there? Are we losing people? I imagine the Europeans are all shutting down here shortly. It's pretty late for them. Yeah, I am almost done with my third large iced coffee. This morning I went to a little donut shop and bought how many ounces are these? They're freaking huge. I don't know. Doesn't say. I think it's a 32 ounce. I don't know. These are big old cups, and I'm down to I'm on my third one right now. I'll be sneaking away to get the fourth in a little while. All right, player falls from height. Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing, Mike. How's the crew holding up? Last I checked in with everybody about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. No, it was probably more like 3 or 4 hours by this point. Man, time goes flying by. Yeah, everyone seemed to be in good spirits. Everyone was going strong. A lot of work. Everyone felt like they were going. I felt like I got a lot of commentary of like, oh yeah, things are going smoother than last year. I think people got used to what to expect, right? For a lot of folks, last year was their first time, and it was the first time that we did it across 2 days last year. The year before that, we crammed the whole thing in like 12 hours, and then so that was just utter chaos. Switching it to 2 days made it a lot easier. And then since this is the second day doing it on 2 days, I think everyone kind of had a feel for how much they had to do the first day so that they would have enough time to do everything the second day. So I think everyone's doing pretty good. I will stop and check in on everybody in a couple hours, but I think it'll probably just be the remaining Americans, and it'll be interesting to see how long any of them go. Like I know, for most of us, I think in game dev in generally, and game players too, I think tends to draw more night crowd, like people who are not morning folks. There are a few of us, and I'm not one of them, I shouldn't say us, a few that are morning folks. I'm sure a few of you are morning folks, but it seems the majority of folks I know are more likely to be awake at night. So having everybody wake up super early this morning to get this started, I could see a lot of folks, U.S. folks even, crashing at 9, 10 p.m. Eastern time instead of going until midnight, 1, 2 a.m. like they usually do. I'm going to try my best to make it. I want to make it till midnight personally, because then I know I will crash hard and get some sleep. Because last night, hard to sleep because I have this on my mind. Like, oh man, we got to do all this stuff tomorrow. So I'm hoping that I will be so exhausted, then I'll sleep like the dead and be recharged for tomorrow. All right, jump from height, I'm guessing is what that is referring to. Make info group. Jump from height. I think you forgot your parachute. Indeed, I did. All right, we got 2 pick locks. I mean, does the ice thin the coffee? Tanya, if I drink all of the ice, right? Like I'm drinking, like there's nothing left in this cup when I finish. But yeah, espresso would be nice. I have no access to espresso. I do not have an espresso machine, so someone would have to deliver it to me. And my family is out of town for the weekend. I guess I could call. I mean, I guess like Grubhub or Uber maybe will deliver me a Starbucks. I guess I could try that. Just need 6 shots of espresso right now. Explode the dev kit in my dreams. I have had creation kit dreams. I mean, if you haven't had a creation kit dream, you're not a modder yet. It happens to everybody. But eventually you grow beyond those. I have transcended the CK nightmare. I am beyond that. No, now my instead of CK nightmares, now I have parenting nightmares of like worrying about my kids. That's where my brain goes now. You know, worrying, am I teaching them the right lessons? Worrying, are they going to get injured? Like all the parental nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, but I mean that's the type of stuff that keeps me up at night anymore. Last night though, it was, is this event going to go off without a hitch? And of course, we have had all the hitches with our YouTube thing. Fortunately, it worked great yesterday, right? We had no problems with the West stream other than Zoom silliness, which there was no way to avoid that. Zoom connection issues are going to be, that has been a thing as long as I've been using Zoom. All right, what were we working on? Totally, I'm definitely getting to that player picks lock. Definitely getting to that fuzzy brain state. So we may be doing the espresso order. Okay. All right, hacking terminals. But you can see why, with how long this takes, why Adelino was excited about me giving him a copy of it, because it is, it's very bland work, and it takes a shocking amount of time to do all this little stuff. So I think we could, if I can get these events set up in the same way we have the other sections done, where it just like all of this work that I'm doing right now for these events, for like the combat and detection, I didn't have to do any of this work, which is so nice. So definitely need to get it on my list. In fact, I'm going to put it on my, I have a to-do list, a running to-do list it's dated the May 13th, but that just means that's the last time I reset the file. I have a to-do list. I periodically just like reset it, and I'm going to add this to my list of upcoming projects. Let's do add support for player dialogue keyword events to script. And actually, you know what would be funny is I should have tried. It may have been that if I use these exact editor IDs, it may have worked. The script may have just created those, and I didn't even think to try that. Next time. Okay, hacks computer, done. I think it was 2 for that, yeah. Okay, next up. Player drops useful item. Okay. Drops caps or useful item. Alright, make info group. Oh, whoops. Well, I guess it's a good time to save. Sausage and sauerkraut for dinner. Sausage I can get down with. Sauerkraut has never done it for me. Like if it's on like a sandwich, like on a Reuben or something, I can get down with it. But I remember at family events there's always like somebody at the family, because we have a lot of Germans in my family, who bring like just a big old pot of sausage and sauerkraut, and it was always like, can I pick the sausage out of there? I wonder if my tastes have changed, though. I don't know if you guys have had any, had that happen. Like, foods that I hated when I was a kid, when my family would make me eat, now I love them because they give me nostalgia. Like meatloaf. Meatloaf was like one of my most hated meals at family, like when family mom said it was meatloaf day. And now, if there's like meatloaf on a restaurant menu, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get some meatloaf. That's gonna be great. Don't know why that happens. Or is it just a me thing? Am I just a weirdo? I assume it's an everybody thing. But I prefer, anytime I have like a weird experience, I just prefer to assume that everybody has it and not think that I'm a weirdo. I feel like that's just a better way to live life. All right, let's see. Drops useful item we did. Pickpockets, all right. Where is pickpocket? Steal pickpocket. There it is. Yeah, it's not just meatloaf though. It's like any of the foods I didn't like when I was a kid. Like they just bring me nostalgia. That I think about from childhood. Like just they're I don't know, all the foods that I ate a lot when I was a kid I like more now, and then even the foods I didn't like as a kid, I'm now just like, yeah, let's do that, let's get some of that. You know, if it's and it's not like a conscious decision of like, oh, I want to eat this because it's going to make me feel like childhood or anything. It's just like those things suddenly seem appealing. But meatloaf is the one I remember the most of being like, oh yeah, I hated this as a kid. Why am I craving it right now? But yeah, then there are other foods I've just never liked my whole life that other people love, like mushrooms. I just cannot get into them. I don't mind them like in a sauce, like a mushroom-based sauce I'm fine with. Mushrooms on a pizza, I'll usually eat a few and not care. But like if there's a very mushroom-forward dish or like mushrooms on a salad or something, I'm like, get those out of here. And that has always been the case, and I don't know why. Cause like the rest of my whole family, totally down with mushrooms. And I'll cook mushrooms for them or put them on food, but I just am like, nope, don't want them on my own dish. That one I've never grown out of. Blue cheese is another one. Like I know so many people who love blue cheese. It just tastes terrible to me. And I keep trying it too. Every couple of years, we're like, oh, let's go it again. Most people like this. Why don't I like it? Oh, nope, still not good. Still not good. I assume that we just all have different taste buds, and like some things just hit us differently. But I don't know. I have not researched the science on this. This is just a gut feeling thing. Did I already do this one? Player pickpockets. Yeah, steals pickpockets. That's what I named it. No, not make info group. Okay, good. It ignored my stupid selection because that doesn't make any sense to turn a individual thing into a group. Okay, let's see here. Player pickpocket. Wait, no, isn't this the same thing? Player steals and player pickpockets? Oh, I guess it could be like steals like off of a shelf. Player steals. Let's see if that's a separate, or is it the same event? Let's see. Steal pickpocket topic. No, there is a separate one for steal. Okay, good to know. Cat event player steal. Oh, just called steal. Okay. Interesting. Make info group. Steal. As long as they don't find out. Here we go. Move to topic info group. There it is. This music's working. I can already feel myself working faster. Player is naked. Let's see. How did we do this one in the past? Is there a special event for player is naked? Yes, there is. Look, there's a walk around naked event. That's fantastic. Good job, Bethesda. There's a special event for when the player walks around naked. We'll just call it naked. I knew there were naked lines, but I didn't know they made a special event for it. That's really funny. Which meant that it was so important to them that it happened, that they hard-coded a special event for it. I appreciate that. Sauerkraut breakfast parties. What is going on here? Yeah, actually, blue cheese and a sauce, I think I do like. Like if somebody, like I've had buffalo sauce with like blue cheese, like a little bit of blue cheese swirled into it, and I don't mind, because then it's more like a hot. I'm just eating like a creamy hot sauce, and like that I don't mind. But it's blue cheese by itself is just like, yeah, it looks moldy, and then I'm reminded of the taste of mold. And it's like, no, thank you, no, thank you. I think mushrooms are, so I grew up around a lot of farm animals, and there's a smell to barnyard animals, and like to the barn in general. And chefs call that smell, they call it, when it's a flavor, they usually call that umami. And I know that's not what they mean. They don't mean the barnyard, but that's how I associate it. The flavor that they're like, oh, you taste that umami, and I'm like, that is what I smelled when walking through a barn full of animals. So then like that, anything that's that flavor, and that's what mushrooms make me think of too, of like this earthy thing to it, where it's like, that's not a good thing to me. It reminds me of like dirtiness and animal poop, and not something I want to eat. All right, we got player is naked. We got a bunch for player is over encumbered. Which I actually think, wasn't there one? Yeah, there was one we added that was custom that we'll have to add. Somebody did that for one of the donation lines, so I'll go to remember to grab that one too. All right, so I assume that there's a category for this. Let's see. Event. Player encumbered. There it is. Ooh. Actually, we're going to call it over encumbered. I think that feels more correct to me. Encumbered. I don't know if that's correct or not. That feels correct to me. Okay, then let's find the... I added one new event for somebody from... let's see here. There was one about... what was it called? Here it is, the Dashing Walk. Here we go. Let's move that one there too. Over encumbered. And then we can delete this extra row lane group here. Okay. All right, let's save that. Anytime I delete something, I feel the need to save because I'm worried something went bad. Oh yeah, yeah. No, the mushrooms don't smell like a barn. Yeah, Captain's got it correct. It's like that earthy vibe. Like just reminds me of the barnyard smell, and it's all interconnected in my wiring. So like when I go to eat these things, I'm just like, nope, that's just taking me back to a stinky place, somewhere far away from where food should be. I know my food originates in a barn, but I don't want to eat it in the barn. Oh, I think we hit the end of the soundtrack there. Okay, we just did these. Waddle over to the nearest merchant. Actually, did we hit the end, or did... what do you call it? Did Spotify die on me again? Oh, nope, that song had a real long tail on it. I was like, I don't think that's the end. I feel like we haven't heard Charging Heimdall. Oh, Canuck, that sounds like you could make a horror movie about that. Try to eat pizza and it starts smelling like bad things. That sounds like a nightmare. I had pizza yesterday. It was glorious. Don't want anybody to mess with that. All right. Oh, there's a whole lot of loot corpse options here. Oh, you know what? I just realized I never put myself back into the Charity Live channel in case people needed my attention. I should get back in there. There we go. All right, loot corpse topic. There's a lot for this one. It starts with looters, keepers, and ends on corpse squatting. Let's find those. My grandmother had cattle ranch, and that's what I associate with the bad smells. Yeah, yeah. There's something about that. I think being around that a bunch, especially young, it was imprinted on my brain. I don't know the word for it. Getting lesser in old age, so the tastes change a bit. I definitely like as I've gotten older, I've preferred. I guess it's in both directions. I sometimes I want more complex foods, and other times I want simpler foods. Like, for example, when I was younger and I would go to like a fast food restaurant, like go to McDonald's or something. Like I always wanted whatever most complicated thing they had on the menu. I was like, give me a Big Mac, or like if they had some new thing come out, I'm like, give me that. I always wanted the complicated thing. And then I stopped going to McDonald's for a long time, and then I had kids, and of course, at least in America, taking kids to McDonald's is like a treat. Go get them. We have the Happy Meal here. I don't know if you guys have that over there, and it's just a hamburger, fries, usually like some apples, and a toy. And like, so we go there all the time because my kids love it. And now I just want like a plain cheeseburger. Like, I'll even pull stuff off of it. Just keep it simple. Just give me like meat, cheese, and ketchup. And like, that tastes so good to me. I just want something simple. But then when I make food at home, I'm like, I cook at home and I want to make it as complicated as possible. Oscar, I am, you probably expected us all to be appalled, but I, too, enjoy pineapple on pizza. But it has to be with something salty. Like, if it's just pizza, like, just pineapple on there, that to me is too sweet. Because at least here in the U.S., most pizza sauce has sugar in it. So it's very, like, pizza tends to be very sweet. So if I'm going to eat pineapple on pizza, it's got to have some salty thing to cut it. So ham and pineapple is very common here. Bacon and pineapple is even better. You had an American pizza with hot dog pieces on it? That sounds like something my mother would do to save money. To be like, we couldn't afford pepperoni on the pizza, so I chopped up hot dogs on it. That's so funny. Ooh, barbecue chicken pizza with pineapple. That again, but that sounds like a lot of sugar on there. That sounds like diabetes on a plate. Oh yeah, anchovy is like the saltiest of all things. There you go. There's a combo. Oh, hey Raven. Yeah, I've been trying to keep. I try to keep coming back online, but I think YouTube doesn't want to announce it anymore because I've tried too many times and I'm not running ads. Although this stream might be running ads because I just used the default settings this time because I was trying to get up and running really fast. So I don't know if you guys are seeing ads or not. Okay, back to the mission. We're getting all this talk about food. I don't know how I'm not hungrier. I think it was because I'm still like deep into this coffee, and then you guys heard me crunching a couple hours ago on my little snack pack. Okay, looks like there's a loot epic items event. Loot pre-war item and loot epic item. There we go. Epic item. Grilled chicken white sauce pizza is amazing. Again, though, and maybe this is just a me thing, but because I've said this now twice, I realize is add bacon to that, and then I'm in reinforcements. Grilled chicken, white sauce, bacon. Oh, so good. I eat more bacon than is healthy, I think. There is always bacon in my fridge. I put it on a lot of things. We're getting the sickest shotgun of them all. You have my attention, Raven. I'm gonna wait and see it though when he's done. I don't want to see it anymore. I saw a little snippet of it, but I want to see the full thing now. If he goes late though, I will check. He actually might go late because I think he's on the West Coast, so he probably is going to be up later than I am. So I might actually end up seeing it when I check in with him. Maximum crabs on pizza. Is that a thing? Is there crab pizza? I guess it makes sense. I've heard of seafood pizza. I've never eaten it, but I mean, you can put anything on a pizza, really. But I guess because like once you take away, like, you know, you think about like a white pizza, right? You put the white sauce pizza. Like, as soon as you do that and you accept that that's pizza, you have now defined pizza as things on top of dough, right? Because otherwise, it has nothing in common with, there's no red sauce, there's no mozzarella, which are the two things you would generally when people say, at least in America, when you say pizza, you're talking about like the classic like margarita pizza, just like dough, red sauce, and mozzarella. So as soon as you take those out and you just say just pizza is just anything on top of dough, then why not? Why not? Seafood pizza seems like you can make it great. I mean, like I would say like dessert pizza. Have you guys had any dessert pizzas? I've had some amazing dessert pizzas, like pizza with like where it's just the pizza dough and then they throw like Nutella and like whipped cream on there or berries or something. Oh, so good. Yeah, clearly I'm hungry. With all this time, we're talking about food for an hour, but I don't feel hungry. I just, I think it's my brain preparing myself to get hungry for dinner. I think it's this. I think it literally is because this time of day, usually between 4 and 5, I start cooking dinner. In Germany had chocolate pizza. Right on. Pizza philosophy. Exactly. Yeah, that's what you signed up for, right? This is going to be, last year, like this was born maximum crabs! Out of this is what happens when you make me stream and think and talk for 17 hours straight. We just go to weird places. Maybe this year it's pizza philosophy. Pizza 101. In Pizza 102, we teach you about dessert pizza. In Pizza 103, we teach you why pizza defines the relationship of heaven to hell. But we're not at 103 yet. That's funny, undercover. You don't want to have the greatest pizza ever because it'll ruin all other pizza for you. I heard there's what is this YouTube channel? There's a YouTube channel that does like explainer animations. What is it? Kurtz. Do you guys know what I'm talking? It's like Kurtzweigel or something like that. Hold on, let me see if I can find it if I just start typing it in. Kurtz something or another. Kurzgesagt, something like that. I don't know how to say it. Like it means in a nutshell. Yeah. It's I'm trying to find their actual link. I think it's a German word. How bad am I butchering it? Okay, yeah. Whiplash has it. Anyway, so they did a video about fentanyl. And one of the things they talk about in it is like one of the reasons, like one of the real dark sides of drugs that people don't realize is that they experience the best day of their lives and they will never ever experience it again. Of like that they have it takes what's it called? What's this stuff? What did I just say it was called? Fentanyl. Maxes out all of your pleasure senses to where you will feel the greatest you'll ever have and you ever will in your entire life. And it makes it so it's impossible for your body to ever reach that height again. So you just had the best day of your life, and so now every day is going to be worse than that. And it's like, oh man, that's a dark way and probably a good way to look at things to scare people off of that. Something said shortly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think they're saying, I just found their channel. It's like however you say that word, and then it's followed by in a nutshell, which is a phrase we use here to mean like to sum it up, make it short. Okay, back to our mission here. Player loots epic item, score. I think we already did those two. All right, hold on a second. I got some automated systems running I gotta disable. Okay, I think I got it. Also, I just realized can you guys hear Maximum Crab?
Maximum crabs!
I just pushed a button on my Steam Deck and it didn't work for a second there. How about Bard's song? Did you guys hear that? Oh, I think I missed some donations as well. Hold on, let me pop back over. Ego Punk to round us out to $4.25 grand. Thank you. Okay, weird. Some of my Stream Deck buttons are working and some are not. The important ones are though. We can still Maximum Crab. All right. Okay, I think we're good. All right, did I already do score? I think I did these ones already. I forgot to mark them on the sheet because I got distracted by food. Loot Epic Item. Yeah, okay, there they are. Alright, and then we got Loot's Garbage. I guess it's called Loot's Junk in here. I think I saw that as one of the events. Hey, Voxel, how's it going?
Fine, fine. I'm just doing a little checkup before going to bed.
Oh, very late there.
Late, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying, I just said to them, I was like, I bet a lot of our European folks are heading off to bed soon.
Yeah, especially if you want to open the board in the morning. So yeah, you have to make choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you handing the torch off to Jaswania?
Yeah, I did for the dungeon, for the first room of the dungeon. So he's working right now cluttering. So yeah.
Cool.
So we'll have to probably ask him for this cell if it's finished back then. He will stream like a good part of the night. So
sure.
Probably be there.
Okay.
And Veta is working on the house and the bunker. So yeah.
Yeah, it looked like she had said she made a good clip on the bunker already when I talked to her, and it seemed like she had the structure of the house done already. So I think she by now should probably be pretty close to having a draft working. Yeah.
So for every cell, it's a different file, so that will be easy to merge or separate. All right.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to tell Jaswania, like, if he gets it to a point where he's done, he can, if he doesn't have access to the drive, he can just drop it in the charity chat and tag me, and I'll grab it from him.
Yeah, he has access to it because I verified before. So,
okay, cool. He did have access to the drive. All right, good. Sounds good, man. Have a good night. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably be there a bit. In 8 hours, a bit earlier, but yeah.
Okay. In 8 hours, that will be about 1 a.m. for me, so I'll hopefully be in bed by then. But I'm gonna try and keep the stream going until one of you is awake. So that's my goal. We'll see if I make it.
I will see. All right.
Later, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got another one that I can't find here. Ubisoft people pay for. We can spend that into gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I just can't count. I was like looking for a sixth one, and it's not there because there are only 5. All right, loot junk. Okay, and then let's mark those off. All right, we're about halfway done with the companion dialogue, so I think we can finish this today. Takes quite a while though. The nice thing is that it only takes it like for each group, right? So that's why why I always offer you guys like go ahead and donate to make more idols and stuff, because once we have the group set up, like it's real easy to add more. Like I can add infinite, like if the group already exists, adding more to it is no problem. Adding new groups takes a couple minutes, but once we already have the groups, it's like, why not add 10 more variations to the line so the player doesn't have to hear the same thing over and over again? Because that's can be grating, right? When the companion just keeps saying the same thing. I always, I see random music starting to kick in on. All right, we need to stop this because I don't know whose music that is, but I don't have permission to stream it. We're going to go, hold on, we're going to just solve this music problem right now. We're going to go to Scott Buckley's website because he is awesome. And I am going to find his, he's got like a little thing, like a snippet that you just have to put in your, let's see, there it is. Copyright. Let's see, YouTube, content ID claims, copyright issues, using this music. Here it is. I think it's under using this music. We're just going to solve this right now. I think he has like a little thing you just have to put in. Here we go. You're free to adapt and use my music in your project as long as I'm credited as music by Scott Buckley, released under CC by 4.0, and then have his link. For YouTube users, credits must be provided in the video description, not in the video itself. Okay, so I am going to just put this music by Scott Buckley. So we're going to go to we're going to update my YouTube stream if I can find it. Where are you at? It is on this screen over here. Let's edit our description. All right. And we're going to put additional music. So we're going to put music by, we're going to put Jacob in there too. Music by, because that's been the majority of our stream, Jacob McNatt. And then we're going to put additional music by, because he specifically has that listed on his website. And then we're going to list, I think it's Jacob McNatt is his site as well, jacobmcnatt.com. Let's double check that. Get all this right, get the attributions done correctly. Yep, that is it. Okay, so we're going to update our description. There we go. And now, wait, and I just lost my tab. Where did you go? Oh, I did it in Firefox, that's why. Okay, and then we're going to go find Scott on Spotify. These should have a whole lot listed there. Oh, apparently I do have the app installed. It just launched. Did not even know that I had that. All right, let's close that out. All right, we're going to just listen to his popular tracks. Okay. No idea what genres we're going to be listening to. We're just going to change it up a little bit here. We've been listening to Jacob stuff all day. Let's change it up, see what we get. Hopefully some good stuff. Oh, now you guys are still going on the food. Okay, I just see poutine being mentioned. I don't understand why people like that so much. Raven, you're from Canada, right? Are you a defender or do you not care for poutine? I don't understand why people like it so much and why it's so popular up there. I have had it and I want to like it, and because it's so popular, I'm like, there's got to be something great about this. And every time I've had it, I'm like, meh. Poutine is like fries with gravy, right? And cheese curds, I believe. Or do I have that totally wrong? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, pre-war item we need to do here. Yeah, see, I see several people describing my problem with it, which is like, if I just take away the gravy, then I like it. Then I get nice, crispy, deep fried food. Even cheese curds I don't love. So I guess it's like that's so when 2 of the 3 ingredients aren't my jam. I guess that's not going to do it for me, right? Like I love French fries, but gravy I can live without, depending on the type. Like there's certain gravies I really really like a really well done beef gravy to die for. Turkey gravy specifically on Thanksgiving, like loaded up with rosemary and sage and stuff. I'm in for just the nostalgia. Otherwise, I don't really need it. All right, what are we doing? Loot pre-war item. Here we go. But yeah, the cheese curd one is another one that gets me. Cause I go to Wisconsin a lot, and there it's like if you tell them you don't like cheese curds, I mean they'll run you out of town with pitchforks. So I can't. I have to like it's like my secret. You guys don't know who I am in our IRL, so I can tell you. If anybody found out when I'm up there visiting, be hell to pay. Loot pre-war item. But what's funny is I'll eat a mozzarella stick, which is I know I'm about to say something that's sacrilege to people who love cheese curds, but it's basically the same thing. Nights. Oh yeah, see, I'm with you there, Mystic. Southern sausage gravy, oh, so good. Like, what is that dish? This dish that has a silly name, and it's basically just sausage, but they call it something else. God, what is that called? It's like they call it a steak, but it's really just like a flattened out. I guess it's probably like a flank steak, but it's basically like a giant piece of breaded sausage, like deep fried, and then they cover it in sausage gravy. What is that called? Is it country fried steak? Oh my God, is that good? No, not Salisbury steak. It's like got a white sausage gravy all over it. It'll be like a chicken fried steak. Yes, yes. Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, chicken fried, I don't know, the texture of it doesn't really feel like any type of steak I've eaten, so I just always assumed it was just basically like sausage patted into the shape of a steak, and then they bread it and deep fry it, and it's so good, so rich. So it's rough for breakfast though. That to me feels like a dinner food whenever I've had, but anytime I've had it, it's like at a Cracker Barrel or that type of restaurant, like a breakfast focused place. So tasty. It's a pounded thin steak. Okay. Yeah, I never asked what it was. I just accept it as it's delicious and horrible for you. Like you take one bite of it and you're like, oh yeah, I couldn't eat this. I would die if I ate this every day. Like it's a very rich food. Yeah, it does remind me of a schnitzel actually. But then covered in sausage gravy. And usually served with eggs. Yeah, absolutely. It is 100% a Cracker Barrel dish for sure. But they have it at most like little like typical American breakfast restaurants. They'll sell you something like that. Especially those with southern roots. I'm totally, man, all this food talk. I am failing at my job here. Okay, let's see here. Just sort of thing Alexis would buy. Here we go. And that goes down to safe on that lock museum. Here we go. I clearly am going to need to stop and eat soon or I'm not going to get anything done. Loot pre-war item. Alright, power armor. Okay, I definitely saw that in the list over here. Enter power armor. There we go. Yeah, see, I'm up to. I need espresso, pizza, some steak. My Grubhub cart is getting very expensive. Actually, for this menu, I think Grubhub only lets you order from one place. I think if you order from one of the food, like let's say, like Uber Eats, you can just pile on as many different restaurants as you want, and they'll send a driver to all of them for you. So expensive, though. Okay, that one's done. Alright, now we got skill books next. Alright, what are our skill books here? Pretty sure, and is that the issue? Alright. There we go. Mark these guys. Alright. So then we've got some time of day ones. I don't think there are events for these, but let's go check and see if we have any of these for. Alright, let's go to Misc, Idle. Let's look at these conditions. Okay, so I see the conditions for the ones that are set up as different things. I'm not seeing anything about time of day here. Interesting. Maybe we didn't do those, or maybe I couldn't figure them out and we just got rid of them. Yeah, I don't see anything to do with time of day in here. Maybe it is under the events and I'm just overlooking it. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't see anything in here about that. Did we set them up as scenes, maybe? No. Okay, we'll just have to make up some conditions for them. So, let's do... Alright, what is our chair? Let's say we got time of day, night. Alright, let's make up a... So it should be... There's a global value we could use. Get global value... Game hour. Alright, and so this is set in 24-hour time, so we'll say... Greater than... I guess we'll say 9 p.m., which would be 2100. And... Greater than 21. Okay, I guess we have to do an or. Or we'll say like less than 4 a.m. because that feels like it would be kind of still nighttime, right? So less than 4. So if it's between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. basically. Well, actually, hold on. That would be greater than 21, so that would be 10. So I actually need to. I would need to be like greater or equal. So I want 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. That feels like nighttime. Okay, and then we'll copy this. Actually, hold on, I'll just do it again. Yeah, copy one of these. I can do it for the next one. All right, so that's a nighttime one. And then the next one is morning. All right, where is... Okay, there's that one. Here we go. So this time we'll say it is greater than 4 a.m. and we'll say less than 8 a.m. So it's just those early hours in the morning. And then the last one was dusk, which is what line? Sun's going down. Okay. So for this, we'll say, I have that pasted one. Sun's going down, we'll say less than 8. Oh, I think I need to switch one of those to an and. Less than 8, and we'll say greater than 6. It's going to be a very short window for this one. I will say greater than or equal to 6. Very short window for that one. And we're going to get rid of the or. We're going to go fix the ors on the morning as well. Greater than 4 and less than 8, so that means between 5 and 7. Okay, I like those hours. Those feel good to me. Save them, ship it, we're good. Let's mark all these. All right, I was trying to catch up with chat to see what's going on. This looks like the food conversation continues. I was looking to expand my my menu and my waistline. All right, let's see. Next up is player heals you. Pretty sure that that is one of these events. I could have sworn I saw a heal event here. Cat event. Heal companion. There it is. There we go. Okay. There's that batch. What are we on to next? Okay, so we just finished a big old chunk. That feels good. All right, now we're on detection lines. Okay, these we imported. Cool. We're going to get to skip ahead a lot of this. So this is done for us. We don't have to do anything to those. Alert to combat, we don't have to do anything for. The import took care of it. Normal to combat is good, except for these ones down here we need to condition better. Okay, so we need to add some, like, what are we fighting against conditions to these. All right. So, let's see. I missed one up here. Player interest power. Oh, I just didn't mark it all the way across. There we go. Okay, so these I just have to add the thing the player is fighting. Oh, hold on just a second. I got some... Okay. All right. I need to take a quick restroom break. Let me see if I can get my stream to show my, what do you call it? Oh, it's gone. That is why it wasn't, my button wasn't working. Something happened. Something deleted my, I wonder if it was when I closed out my, thing, but my, please stand by is missing. I was wondering why that button wasn't working. There we go. Found it. It just got renamed. Okay. I'll be right back. I am back. It's coffee number 4. I just realized I had not let the dog out to use the restroom since 5 a.m. because normally we just let him run out the backyard, but because they were rebuilding our back patio steps, that was not an option. And then I had something funny happen. I ran the dog outside, and one of the contractors just started laughing because his buddy had been afraid to go in the house because he heard a dog barking and didn't realize how small my dog was. So he heard little Cola's barking, and my dog's name is not actually Cola, but that's how you guys know the dog. Heard little Cola barking and assumed it was just a big scary dog. Said it's a 30-pound Frenchie. I have a French Bulldog. That is, you all own a copy of my dog. It is in SS2. That is my dog. Yeah, my dog's name is Nuka. No, my dog's name is Atlas. He's got them big, bulky shoulders. Okay, so we gotta do synth. Alright, let's see. I think I solved this already for... Here, because I remember seeing some interesting conditioning. The companion idols use Commonwealth idols and get enrolled space is time span night. Oh, there's actually an is time span. Okay. Oh, well, what I used will work. Yeah, that is the inspiration, Alexander. The Atlas, the mythological being that holds the world on his shoulders. My dog has like obnoxiously large shoulders. I think all bulldogs, that's how they're designed, so we knew that going in. Yeah, little inflatable globe. So believe it or not, we have tried that. We tried to do that for Halloween one year, and he was not having it. Was not having it. Okay, here. Let's see. Okay, so we have area comments. Do we have... Let me look at the combat line, or detection lines, I guess it was. Combat to normal. All right, let's look at these again. Normal to combat. I got it reversed. Normal to combat. I'm hoping we already have these solved, because I believe we based... Yes, we do. Excellent. Okay, so we're just looking at combat target and checking the race. Oh, that's so easy. Great. Fantastic. So let's do that. Arlen companion lines. So we've got synths. Detection. Normal to combat. At least these are the spot. Okay, I think this is the type of thing supposed to be these ones. So we're just going to fix that, and hopefully Will figured that out too. All right, is race. And we'll run that on the combat target. And we'll do, we want synth. And then we'll copy that. What was the second one? So are we pissing off the railroad now? Where is that one at? S. Did this one not get imported? Yeah, I am not seeing this one. Okay, we'll just add it in now. There we go. All right, next up, ferals. Oh, you guys are still on standby. I'm so sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yep, my bad. I'm working away. I didn't realize. Ever since I came back, it's still been on standby. Yeah, we can give you some crabs. That is a good way to get my attention in chat. It stands out very loudly when there's just a block of crabs in the chat if I catch it in the corner of my eye. Like, so far, I've caught in my peripheral anytime somebody joins the charity live chat, and it's just like on a small part of my monitor. And the same thing happens when you guys start posting crabs. I catch it in my peripheral, and I'm immediately drawn to it. So, good call. You figured it out, Raven. Secret hotline. But I do think I need a snack, though. All this talk of... Let's see what I've got. So I grabbed, like, one of all of the kids' snacks. All right, this one sounds a little slightly healthier than the one I tried this morning. So this one is a peanut almond protein bar. Let's give this a go. I think protein bar is usually less sugary. The one I had this morning was, like, a banana bread. So I should have assumed that, because... Let me tell you, anything that claims to be bread but looks like a cake is cake. There's so much sugar in those things. Like zucchini bread, just sugar. Banana bread, sugar. I mean, sometimes that's a good thing. Like, I'm not complaining about it. It's more, that's my dad mode going in of like, the kids trying to pull a fast one on me. Like, Dad, it's bread. No, it's not. No, it's not. Zucchini bread is cake. Boy Meets Mini, thank you for the $20 donation. I missed that about 20 minutes ago. I don't know if you're watching our channel or somebody else's, but either way, appreciate it. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. Not too sweet. Munch, munch, munch. US doesn't have bread, only cake. Everything is cake here. The land of cake. That's why we're so fat. This is the land of cake. Now is that... I wouldn't be shocked if that is the reputation of America. Later, yep. Alright, Raiders. So this one I'm going to have to do a faction check on. Because their race could be human. Are there ghoul raiders? I don't think there are. Maybe there are. I'm trying to remember now. We'll see what we'd conditioned his on. Yeah, get in faction. Yeah, I think it does. We don't care what the... We'll just do it on anything. Alright, so we've got Saving America down to sedatives. Alright. Oh yeah, I guess I could have grouped these together. That actually would have made more sense, but... Oh, actually, no, we do need to group them. I need to fix this. So what will happen if I don't group them is it always evaluates top to bottom. So we actually need to we need to fix a little bit of this. So... We're going to group this together. Yeah, we need to make a new info group for this. So I actually need to create some new groups. Okay, there, I did it on its own. So we're going to put this as... Why is this not letting me enter it? Okay, we need to group these up a little better. So this is going to be normal to combat, generic... Actually, you know what we'll do? Hold on. We'll name this one generic, and we'll leave those ones in it, so we don't have to waste this group. Yes. And then we're going to make one for the others. So we'll make one that's for synths. Now the reason I have to do this is the way evaluation works with this, and I'll explain it in just a second. So we're going to move these in there, because once I have one set up, it'll be easier to explain with an example. So we're going to move this into there if I can find it. Sort by topic. Normal combat synths. There we go. Okay, so what'll happen is an event will happen where it's like, all right, the NP or the player or the NPC was just like normal state. So the different states are normal, just means that there's no combat going on, there's no sign of combat. Alert means they heard something, so they know there was, or they were recently in combat and then the NPC didn't die but stealthed. And then the combat state is you have an enemy targeted and you're fighting. So if you're in alert state, you're in combat technically, but you don't have a target. And so when you go from normal to combat, where immediately you see a target and you start shooting them, then they'll bark one of these lines. So then it goes in this section here under this topic and goes top to bottom and grabs the first one. So right now what would happen is he would always say, I don't need a personality, I have a shotgun. Obviously that's not what we want. We want some randomization. So what I'll usually do is just force all children random here.